You can make all these flowers in about 5 minutes using 3 sheets of wafer paper and a little bit of imagination. In this tutorial, I'm going to teach you how to color wafer paper, make these flowers, and assemble everything together. Let's get started. For this tutorial, let's start with coloring our wafer paper. I'm using 0.30 millimeters wafer paper, and I'm going to color that on the shiny side, like this. For my colors, I use a combination of pink color and pearl color. Any color will work for this application. If you don't have a dry colors, you can use an airbrush and airbrush your wafer paper. I will start with mixing a little bit of pink color with my pearl color. And I will apply with a large brush because I wanted to color a lot of wafer paper faster. So I'm spreading my powder color all over my wafer paper like this. And now we need to cut our petals. To cut my petals, I will take 3 sheets of wafer paper, cut it in half first, then in half again, and roughly cut my petals halfway and halfway. So I'm going to cut my petal shapes like this out of all my wafer paper. Now that I have my shapes, I wanted to put them together and shape them into a flower. To assemble my petals together, I'm going to use my wafer paper glue, and wafer paper glue are just scraps of wafer paper melted in water, and I will put my 3 recipe in the description. So I will start with placing my petals in a group of 5. I wanted to have different sizes, so just assembling them one by one until I have 5 for every flower. I have 5 petals here, and I will take my wafer paper glue and apply on one side of all 5 petals. And now I need to stick them together. So I'm going to stick one side to another side like this. And for the last one, I'm going to overlap them too, creating this shape for my flower. You can see it's very dimensional, but we need to let it dry before we are going to shape it into an actual flower. And while our petals are drying, let's make our centers. In the previous tutorial, I showed you how to make these centers using floral tape, but today I'm going to show you how to do this a little bit faster using a hot glue gun. I will take my center, just one, and you can see it's flat on the back. And I will take a 20 gauge wire and create a little loop on the top of my wire like this, and then I will make it in a T shape, like a little umbrella shape. And that's it. All I need to do is to add a touch of hot glue gun in the center and press my wire. It only takes a few seconds to dry, but then you will have a plenty of centers ready to go for making your wafer paper flowers. And now is my favorite part. I have my flower, and I'm going to use this steamer. This is just regular clothes steamer. You can use a pot of boiling water to shape our flowers. So I will start steaming it from the front to set my color. But you can see how it's curling. I want my petals to curl inwards. So we'll start steaming from the back, giving it a little bit of moisture and shape. Then I will bring it a little bit closer to soften the center of my flower. And the last step is I'm going to pinch everything together. So this is the shape I'm going to have, and it's already dry because we used a little bit of steam. It's already dry, and I can add my center. For my center, I will bring my wafer paper glue and apply my wafer paper glue here in the middle just to soften it a little bit. And I will take my center that we made early and poke it through all the layers together. And now we have it. I'm going to make a little hook on the back and put it on a wire rack or something like this to dry because I want my center to be firm and my wafer paper glue to be dry. So let's make more of these flowers. The beauty of this method, you can make your petals any shape and any size. Then you can have different flowers, different colors, and it's especially perfect if you need to make a last minute cake because with using just a little bit of steam, it will help to shape our petals and create our flowers in no time. So you can see how easy it is to make this. Also, if you don't want to put it on the wire, you can add edible center made out of candy or edible pearls and then just add it to your cake. Doesn't matter if you're working with fondant cake or you're working with buttercream cakes. Wafer paper can be placed on ganache, buttercream, fondant, doesn't matter. Even like this, it's going to look beautiful on any cake, especially if you're short on time. I will add more wafer paper glue in the center and poke my wire with pre-made center. Make a little hook and put it upside down to dry. And now you have it. And it's going to look beautiful on any cake, any arrangement, to add a little sparkle and a little bit of color with wafer paper.